Hey guys, thank you so much for stopping by the garden today. I just wanted to come on and do a little video on my cactus and how to water them and what they look like when it's time to water, because I know that a lot of you are having problems growing these. This is a little San Pedro that I propagated. I cut it off of my other San Pedro because it was rotting out. So you can see the little foliage on there. See those wrinkles on there? That's when you know it's time to water. So this is a really small cutting and we're just going to water a little bit. So we're going to show you how to do this one. And then we're going to check our other ones to see if they need water as well. Just going to let that water seep down in there. Keep it right here. And then my other ones are flowering. So you want to make sure when they're flowering they have enough water to support that flower, because the flowers can get a little stalled out for you. So we're just going to give this a little bit of water because we are getting in really hot weather. And this little cactus I haven't watered in about 3 weeks. So we're just going to give it a little bit of water, let that water seep in, give it another water, just a little bit, and let that water run out of the bottom. Then any tray on the bottom of this plant, this pot, you can go ahead and discard after about like 15-20 minutes. You can go ahead and discard any water left in that tray, and you know you're good to go. Now for this little guy, I just watered him, so I know that he's nice and plump, he's nice and green, he's got a lot of nice color in him as well, and we're good on the watering for him. And if you're not sure, just kind of hold back a little bit. I can feel this pot. I just watered it yesterday. I gave it nice water with this little watering can, and you'll feel the difference. So feel your pots once you wet them and soak that soil through, and then feel them a couple of days each day after that. And you'll see how light this pot gets when it feels like there's no plant left in this pot anymore. Now if you have rocks on top, it might feel a little bit heavier, it might be hard to tell, but if you feel like there's no plant left in this pot, then usually it's time to water. And usually I wait a little bit longer than that. These little ball cactuses are different from these succulents back here that you're seeing with the fleshy leaves. These fleshy leaves sometimes are just require a little bit more water than these. Sometimes these don't require much water if they're really, really big leaves and really plump, filled with water, like a really huge leaf on there, kind of like, let's see, this little thing. This is a Pearl von Nurburg. So if it's like this and the leaves are really, really plump, you know that you don't have to water so much because these leaves are bigger than that little succulent right there, and it can cause overwatering for that little guy. So with these, I just go ahead and water maybe once every 2 weeks in the summertime, and then in the wintertime, I water maybe once a month for these. And that's it, you guys. If you have any more questions on growing these, just wait till they're a little bit wrinkly looking. You'll kind of get the hang of it. Pay attention to your plants, pay attention to your cactus, and if you see when you water this it's nice and plump and full, you'll notice like 3 weeks down the line they won't die if you let it go like a month without watering, especially in the winter time, because they just don't require that much water. This is a big ball of water, so once this gets deflated and wrinkly, then you want to go ahead and water again. Now my thimble cactus, I can go ahead and feel these bottom leaves and see if this is deflated. This little thimble cactus, you can actually squeeze to tell if it needs water or not and see if it's deflated. And I know that I need some water in this little guy because he feels a little bit deflated on me. Not squishy, just deflated, like they're not plump. So we're gonna go ahead, water all the way through, let that water seep down, and then water again and discard any water left in that tray after 15 minutes. And we know we're good to go. We have beautiful, beautiful blooms on her. So we don't want these little guys to get damaged. As you can see, we have gorgeous blooms on her. So we have a lot more popping out, and we want to give this enough water so it has enough water to support this succulent and those blooms don't start dying or getting wilted on you. And also we live in Florida here, so the temperatures are crazy. You just have to go by the type of climate you have. If you live in a really drier climate, then you won't have to water so much. I mean, you will have to water a lot more than I do here in Florida. We have like really tropical climate here, so the watering is a lot different for us here in Florida. They suck up a lot of humidity in the air, and then these pots stay wet for a long time if it's really humid out, and especially if it's raining. Even though they're not getting that rainwater or hit directly with the rain, they still get that humidity and the mist from the rain, which allows them to suck that up, and then they fill up with water, and then you're not really sure, so you're watering, and then it causes them to rot. So you got to be really mindful about what's going on in the climate as well, and just where you have them, indoors, outdoors. Remember, outside, they're exposed to the outside elements, so if they're in a lot of sun, getting that really intense sun all day long, they might be burning. I can't leave my succulents out here for more than 8 hours at a time without a shade cloth because they do burn. So it is a lot different to grow here. If you need any help on growing any type of succulents that you ever see here, just let me know. I can cover more in detail if you need it. And I'll see you guys next time. I hope this really helped you to grow your cactus. Bye!